do this. So it was kind of funny. I wanted to do a stream yesterday while I was working on Hamstocky about being uncomfortable, or things that I say make people feel uncomfortable, and how I can help or rectify or be there to fix the problem. And I didn't even get like 2 words in edgewise, and talked about other things, and I got my chat fixed, and I'm less of a scuff streamer, and talked about a lot of other things. But this is an uncomfortable subject, and it's going to be really easy for me to be sidetracked about it, and I think it's better that it's in this forum than trying to do it while I'm basically drawing a half-naked man on a body pillow. If you haven't watched any video of mine beforehand, before this is the first video that you've ever seen, know this: I don't like bullies. Never have, never will. I don't like when I became a bully. I didn't like myself. I don't like it at all. I don't like the idea that somebody is forcing another person to bend to their will in any capacity. Bullies to me encompass a whole large swath of people, and people say like, oh, this is worse, thieves and people who attempt murder, and are worse than somebody who taunts or berates somebody because they either want them out of there or they want them to do something for them. And I'm going to say that I don't see much of a difference. One goes into the other, and it is very easy to slide into that and become that. Use your position of power in any capacity, whether it even be just strength. I just wanted to be in my lane with me. Almost hit me. But to be in any capacity, have that influence, and using that influence to basically affect somebody's future or what they want to do, just is horrible to me. It's like the worst possible scenario, where it's not bullying. This is where people don't understand. Where it's not bullying. Teasing is not really bullying. People there's a trend that I still trying to wrap my head around, where people buy people gifts and call that bullying. I don't think that's bullying. You're not bending your will to them. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't like that they call it bullying. Because of how I feel about bullies. Because of who I see as a bully. person stop being a bully? Yes. It's really easy. But I definitely think that there is a space and a time for recompense. And if you've bullied somebody, you have to do recompense. Because you owe them. You owe calling them victims is probably the worst way to do it. But you owe the people you bullied. You owe it to them. To fix the problem. And it isn't fucking easy. It will probably be, if you bullied somebody, it's going to probably be the hardest thing you ever do in your life to fix that. And still, you can't assume that they're going to take it, that they're going to like it, that they're going to, accept you again as a person. You have to fix it, and you have to pay recompense under the guise of not being forgiven. That's the fucking hardest thing to do. I know. I've tried it. I thought bullying the bullies was a way to go. And it was awful. I did not like it. I did not like who I was becoming. And I was even bad to people who potentially could have been bullies, not necessarily bullying. Not even giving them the chance to bully. Became an awful person. And I understand why bullies do what they do. I understand it. I so understand it. And it's just because I can identify why a bully becomes a bully doesn't mean that I have to agree with it, and I have to agree with the method that they have to go through. Paying recompense is difficult. You have to know that whatever you do probably won't be enough to make up for it. That's the one thing that I think the shape of voice misses. But I did like the fact that he thought his only way out was suicide. Because the road to fixing what was wrong, is so incredibly messy, so incredibly difficult, and it is it doesn't come with a person falling in love with you like in The Shape of Voice. That's something that he did as a child. I think about like stuff like, because everybody sees it, what 45 has done. The bullying 45 has done. Just so you know, 45 didn't do that when he became president. He didn't just become a bully. He's been doing that for years. His entire show, The Apprentice, is built on bullying. And teaching people that they must bully each other in order to get ahead. That's his job. That's what the freaking damn show was all about. It was awful. For him to repair the damage that he has caused to people, everything like that, he would not, one, he wouldn't be a millionaire anymore, but he would not be able to do it because he just caused too much. He couldn't even do it just for the 4 years he was president. Paying the recompense for what he does and the damage that he continues to do since he hasn't, since he left office, kicking and screaming. For the first time, this country did not have a peaceful transfer of power. First time ever. The very foundation that this country is based upon. Not like, oh, this is the Constitution, oh, this is what they were doing, the founding fathers and everything like that. This is exactly what Washington tried to set up the day he took office. This is basically what the country has been built upon. The fact that the baton will be passed, the job will go to somebody else, and it will be short term. The office of the presidency. Years is a long time. 2 terms. The very freaking foundation of this country and it's a peaceful transfer of power. It's all about that. It goes to our democracy, it goes to everything like that. One man with a bunch of zealot followers who think that they're being patriots, who think that they're doing what's good for the country. They actually believe it. Still to this day. We're cajoled and convinced to try to overthrow the government. So that we wouldn't have the very simple thing of a peaceful transfer of power. That's what the January 6th Commission's about. That's what it's all about. And why he hasn't been jailed yet, I don't know. Why, people haven't just basically, really stripped him of any recourse that he can possibly have. And here I am, I'm still blaming the media. The media who's been fighting against him the entire 4 years he was president. Saying that we are legitimate and stuff like that. And it's your fucking fault, media. All the free advertising you got, all the sound bites you got, all the freaking, this whole freaking, shock and awe that he did, which wasn't very shocking and wasn't very awing, and it was very disturbing. Cursing on freaking national television, on the news. Like it's okay. Because you're quoting the president. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. All of it. You made him. I don't know how you're going to fix him, but all I know is what you're doing to Joe Biden is just absolutely disgraceful. For sensation, you're doing it for sensationalism. And maybe you think that, oh, if we treat Joe Biden like we were treating Donald Trump, and you're not. Joe Biden could lose the election. The Democrats could lose the midterms. And if the Republicans ever gain control again, this country is lost. We're not going to recover from the 4 years of 45's presidency. We're not. We're going to survive it. And if the Republicans gain power again, we won't. Even with a benevolent Republican, any member of the GOP, the thing that Donald Trump exposed was how horrible it all is. And look, I freaking switched topics, freaking did it on purpose, and I hate myself for it. Let's stop talking politics. Let's get back to what I was talking about, which is bullying. Holy shit. I can't believe I did that. I don't want anybody. I like to have arguments. I like to get into tussles. I was talking earlier about teasing and things like that. When I talk about people's ideas, when I talk about concepts or places or facts or anything like that that you can get into an argument about, I don't talk about the person. People talk about me, and then I know all gloves are off. But I could have long arguments with people and not a single time talk about the person I'm arguing with as a person. Not their character, not who they are, not their background, not anything that they believe, just the subject. Whether they believe it strongly or they don't, whether they're looking at something or they're not, whatever it is, I can have a complete argument without ever bringing them into the topic. I can, and I have. The only time it does change is when the person I'm arguing with brings my character into the fold. Brings, because I'm a liberal or whatever the fuck they believe I am, because I'm heterosexual, because I'm a man, because I'm. I believe that way. When they say stuff like that, the gloves come off, and I show them, the door. The topic gets derailed. Whatever we were talking about doesn't matter. We are now in a fight. And believe me, I am ready for those. I hate them, but I'm ready for those. Always. I always stay on guard for that. I've been in heated debates. I've had people hate me after a heated debate. I've had people just yell semantics. That's semantics, Q. That's semantics. Why do you have to bring in semantics? Because semantics is part of it. What you said is not true. Whether it's what you meant, it's what you said. That's what we're going to deal with. That's how that's what it is. It has nothing to do with your character. It has nothing to do with where your background or your gender identity, sexuality. It has nothing to do with any of this stuff. It has to do with what you said. And if I misheard you, correct me. meant something else, correct me. Arguments, when I'm getting into an argument with somebody, I don't want it to be about what you don't believe. I want it to be about your beliefs. I'm trying to get you to change my mind. I really am. I think that's one of the things that fundamentally sets me apart in an argument above everybody else. I am not trying to prove myself right. I already believe that I'm right. I do not want to prove to you that I'm right, because you believe you are right. What I want you to do is I want you to bring in an argument that changes my mind about the subject. Let me see it from your vantage point, from your point of view. And because it differs from what I believe, especially if it goes into one of my core beliefs, but because it differs from that, I'm going to bring up why it differs. And why I believe what I believe. That's how it works. Welcome to the argument. Welcome to staying on topic. I usually shut down people immediately where I can easily get it to devolve into personal attack. Because when I make an argument, I just try to hit all points to give them something. You have to see. People think that all they have to do is break down one point, and it makes their argument true. It's like no. You have to break down all the points. If I ask 5 questions, all 5 questions need an answer. Not 1, not 2, all 5 questions need an answer during an argument. That's how I approach things. It has definitely come to my attention. It is the reason that I got suspended on Twitch the first time. It is the reason for my hesitance, and I'm hoping it's the reason that I've been feeling weird lately. The reason for that is because the person who got me suspended on Twitch still to this day doesn't believe they did anything wrong. Even with the amount of harm that I said that they caused, even with the amount of anger I say that I had, even with all of that, they still believe that they were right to do what they did. Even though they do believe it was for the wrong reasons. Which they haven't apologized for, just so you know. So I don't even know if they believe they did it for the wrong reasons or not. I definitely know that they blamed me for saying the things that I said. And because I said the things that I said, they felt attacked. They felt that I was not on their side. And because I'm not on their side, I deserve to be... They wanted me taken down and removed from Twitch. Which was, that is, I don't know if that still is their goal, but that was their goal. was putting up a false front and that I'm really a bad guy. And this bad guy, which they, in their heads added a bunch of other stuff to me. This horrible person that I am doesn't even deserve to, probably doesn't deserve to be on Twitch. I don't think I changed their mind. And I sincerely believe that they still believe, even though, like I said, they gave me a half-hearted, fake apology to try to fix this thing. And here's the truth: I view that as bullying. That's a bully maneuver. That's a real bully maneuver. That's not teasing. They weren't teasing me and got me suspended. Teasing me to get me suspended. It was not a joke. And maybe they don't realize it. I mean, because when I first got suspended, everybody told me it's not a big deal, everybody gets suspended. Be happy I wasn't monetized, because then I would lose money. There are streamers who've been suspended for a month. They lost all the revenue that they generated for the previous month. Because when you're suspended, you can't get paid. I don't know if you still pay taxes on it or not, but you can't get paid. And I don't know if they pay you, back pay. This is a difficult topic to talk about, and I already derailed myself once, so let's try not to derail myself again. If I ever do something that makes somebody feel uncomfortable, if I seem like, because I don't believe that I am, and it's definitely not part of any agenda that I have, but it might seem like I'm using my position of power to influence or change somebody, I want to be told. And it sucks to be told. It hurts sometimes, but I need that bitter pill. I need to know. I don't want it to get to such a point where I'm being reported for something that I said, 2 months ago, 2 months prior, and all they've been doing is trying to figure out how along the way they can add the fuel to the fire. And so they take things that I say out of context. I say a lot of stupid shit. And I can easily see how something that I say can be taken out of context. I can easily see how at first glance, when they reported me, somebody could clip out and record, which is what somebody was doing during my test streams. But somebody can clip out and record my a sound bite, and it could really look awful. And when they reported me, they had that fuel. They've probably been collecting it for a long time. Like I said, the first report, or the first document of me doing something that they had to go back to, was 2 months prior, before I even decided to become a streamer, before I was trying to build a following, before any of it. That's what they were doing. This person who came into my life at a vulnerable time for me, at a time that I was angry, and maybe even a little lost, and I speak my mind. Always have, always will. That's not going to change. And because I spoke my mind, and because, like I said, and because somebody took what I said out of context, is the reason why I got suspended. It took them almost 3 months, with charges pressed against me, to realize that it was taken out of context, that they had to drop the charges, they had to Twitch had to apologize to me, and because there was because I had no monetary loss, I had no case against them. Only thing I could ask for is my lawyer fees, which they paid immediately, which was good because it was going to put me in freaking bankruptcy. But that's all I got out of it. And a lot of mistrust. And after me whining and whining and whining how bad this was, the person finally freaking wrote to me and told me that it was my fault that they did what they did. My fault. Like I forced their hand. Like I wanted this. Recently another person who I not that close to, but close enough to, did some horrible things and got themselves banned. Gotta be careful using pronouns. Got themselves banned from a lot of different servers, especially Discord. And I didn't even realize it was happening. And some of the victims, I hate calling people victims, but some of the people that this person targeted, I'm very close to. And they have been acting a little weird and a little strange, and again, it might be what's been setting off my feelings and stuff like that, because this is something that they're dealing with, and I feel like they were dealing with it privately, and I'm really sorry, and I know that it is something that they should deal with privately. I can't force myself on to their thing, but I'm just saying how it's affecting me. Uh, this is if I didn't get derailed, I probably would have been able to finish this conversation. I gotta go to work. Um, I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a wonderful time doing it. I really do. Um, you mean the world to me. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about people who only followed me. The person that that got me suspended only knew me from Twitch. Didn't know that I had a Twitter. Didn't know that I had a YouTube page, which the YouTube page has been up a lot longer and running a lot further than Twitch ever will, no matter what. I'll probably quit Twitch before I quit YouTube. And I did. But I'm talking about this time around. And yeah, it seems like Twitch is doing better. But it's not my be all end all. And yeah, it's not my be all end all. But YouTube is where I started, and where it's definitely going to be where I finish. I mean, it's still there. It is, the fact that I'm still at 79 subscribers, and I need to get to 100 before I can start celebrating milestones. I got another milestone coming up. I got another thing happening, and I can't celebrate it. And it looks like I'm going to hit 100 on Twitch before I hit 100 on YouTube, and I'm okay with that, but I can't celebrate it. All right, let's see. Wherever you are, what are you doing? Hope you're having a great time doing it. If you have watched all the way to this point, please put a cool beans right down below. That would be awesome. And as always, cool beans. All right, take care.